If you want lean legs, you might want to make one adjustment to your walk. Research shows incline walking is an easy change that can help you do this. One study found that at only a 5% incline, you can burn up to 17% more calories than on flat ground. But here's the crazy part. The calorie burn at 10% incline, it's radical. So I'm gonna tell you all about the benefits of incline walking and the impact you can expect in your body. But first, here's a quick fact. The 12-3-30 trend took off a few years ago and became the internet's favorite treadmill ritual. So what does 12-3-30 stand for? It means setting the treadmill to 12% incline at 3 miles an hour for 30 minutes. But remember, popularity isn't proof. Does incline walking really live up to the hype? Let's see what the science has to say. In this video, I'm gonna cover 4 benefits of incline walking and some tips to help you get started. So let's jump right in. Benefit number 1, calorie burn. Incline walking versus flat ground walking. One of the biggest benefits of incline walking is the increased calorie burn. Simply put, walking uphill makes your body work harder than walking on flat ground. And I'm not talking about marginal differences. The boost is significant. Research published in the Journal of Biomechanics showed that participants burned 17% more calories at just a 5% incline and about 32% more calories at a 10% incline compared to walking on a flat surface. So to put it another way, the incline turns up the burn. In fact, a newer study shows just how dramatic it can get. At a 10% incline, the energy expenditure more than doubles compared to flat ground walking, causing a 113% metabolic increase, basically calorie burn. Even a moderate incline of just 5% was found to raise energy use by about 50% versus flat ground walking. This means walking uphill isn't just a little harder, it's a lot harder. And your body responds by torching more calories. So why does this happen? The physics are pretty straightforward. When you walk uphill, you're fighting gravity. Your muscles have to lift your body with each step and not just move forward. Climbing activates major muscle groups like your glutes, your calves, and your hamstrings, much more than walking on flat terrain. And this extra muscular expenditure cranks up the heart rate and pushes your body into a higher caloric burning state. Essentially, more muscles working equals more calories burned. For a concrete example, let's look at the 12-3-30 workout. That's 12% incline, 3 miles an hour, and 30 minutes. One fitness expert calculated that a 150-pound person will burn about 300 calories in 30 minutes doing 12-3-30. At that same 3-mile-an-hour pace on flat ground, that's a 0% incline, that same person would burn only about 120 calories. So we're talking more than double the calorie burn walking uphill versus at a flat ground. So it's no wonder people swear by incline walking for fat loss. Look, the bottom line, incline walking supercharges your calorie burn. If weight loss or fat burning is your goal, adding incline is an easy way to get more bang for your buck with your walking workout. Benefit number 2, muscle engagement and leg toning. If you've ever climbed up a hill or went up some stairs, as if you haven't, you've probably noticed your glutes working a lot harder. That's proof that going up a steep grade engages more large muscles than simply walking on a flat surface. So walking at an incline is essentially like doing a little mini workout for your lower body while you do cardio. Almost all of your leg muscles fire to a greater extent when you're going at an incline. Your glutes have to engage much more to propel you upward each step. Your hamstrings assist in the climb, and your calves work harder to push off. Even your quads, or that's the front of your legs, play a big role when the incline gets steeper, helping you power each step upward. So let's talk about muscle toning. If slimmer legs are your goal, most of those results are going to come from a reduction in fat around the muscles. That's most of what toning actually is. Incline walking can help you lean out the lower body by burning fat while you're building muscle. Benefit number 3, improved cardiovascular endurance. Incline walking isn't just about legs and calories. It gives your heart and your cardiovascular system a workout too. Because it's more intense than flat ground walking, it pushes your cardiovascular system into higher gear. This makes incline walking a form of moderate to vigorous cardio exercise, which is excellent if you need a form of low impact cardio to challenge yourself to get back into zone 2. And this ties right into the recommendations from NASM, that's the National Academy of Sports Medicine, that to improve your cardiovascular potential, you'll have to challenge yourself a little bit from time to time. And the way to do this? Interval training. You find your baseline, push yourself a little bit harder for 1 minute, and then you return to your baseline. If you do this consistently, you're going to see improvements in your aerobic fitness, meaning you're going to be able to walk faster and longer without feeling winded. Benefit number 4, walking is a joint-friendly exercise. Incline walking is very joint-friendly, often more so than running or even walking on flat ground. ground. So here's a really weird finding that one study found. Steep incline walking might actually benefit knee health. A research study at Ball State University found that walking up a 10% to 20% grade, that's pretty steep by the way, reduced knee pain in participants and improved cartilage health, potentially decreasing the risk of osteoarthritis. It seems counterintuitive, but the incline alters the mechanics of your stride. You tend to have more soft foot strikes and use your glutes and hamstrings to pull you forward. This can take some pressure off the front of the knee. And then over time, walking uphill strengthens muscles around the knee and can stave off problems down the road. All right, now here's a few tips to help you get started with incline walking. Whether you're hopping on a treadmill or heading for the hills outdoors, these pointers will ensure that you maximize the benefits and minimize discomfort. Start small and build up. If you're new to incline walking, start with a very modest incline, like around 1 or 2% and a comfortable walking speed. Even a small grade can feel noticeably harder at first compared to flat ground. Then as your legs and your lungs get stronger, you can increase it by a few more percent on your next workout and work your way up over several sessions or several weeks. You want to ease into greater challenges. If your goal is to accomplish the 12-3-30 trend, my advice is not to jump right into that right away. The National Academy of Sports Medicine suggests that for stage training, or that's interval training, it recommends that you increase your challenge for 1 minute and then you return to a baseline. So in the case of 12-3-30, you might want to go from 0% just up to 1%. Try that out for 60 seconds and see how you feel, and then return back to 0%. If you go up to 1% and it's super easy, you can keep it there or even tick it up to 2. But the point is that the fitness training guidelines say that it's okay just to try a little bit and then go back to your baseline. Now, if that's super easy, then you can probably assume that your baseline is actually a little higher. Be prepared for some soreness. Incline walking can make your muscles sore at first, especially your calves and your shins. That's totally normal, but make sure you give yourself some rest days to recover. It's better to start conservatively and then increase the challenge over a few days versus overdoing it on day 1 and being unable to walk. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that fitness prudence is one of the 4 fitness virtues. It means taking the right path to your goals instead of guessing, not just doing random workouts because they feel productive. When you know that just a small incline dramatically increases your calorie burn and your muscle activation, you stop wasting time and start training smarter. Fitness prudence is choosing the efficient path so your effort builds real progress and not just sweat. By making one simple change to your walk, that's adding an incline, you unlock a host of benefits. You burn significantly more calories than walking on flat ground. You strengthen and tone your legs and your glutes. You boost your heart health and endurance. And you do this all by being very kind to your joints. It's like turning a casual stroll into a fat-burning, muscle-sculpting adventure. So if you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment. If you're a big fan of incline walking, I want to know what your routine is. What percentage of an incline do you have? And also, what do you recommend for other people that want to get into incline walking? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Also, if you're looking for some fitness products for yourself or someone else, check out the links to some great products down in the description below. Thanks a bunch for hanging out, and I am gonna go on an incline walk right now.